Right, okay. my favorite franchise of all time. For anybody who watches this channel knows full well that it's Halo. Halo is my favorite gaming franchise of all time. However, what I'm about to show you right now is the worst Halo mission of all time. This is by far and away a standout as the absolute worst Halo mission ever made. It's a disappointment to the whole franchise, and I was hugely disappointed by the mission overall because I had high hopes for it. Here we go. And I want to show you exactly why this mission sucks, and let it be a lesson in how not to do game design. So you spawn here in this canyon, and I actually love canyons in games. I love canyons in game design, level design, and sandy missions and stuff like that. I actually really like. I have very fond memories of games with canyon areas and sort of sandy, barren areas, and I think that's great. However, they did fucking nothing with this. They just didn't do anything. It's a bunch of rocks. It's a bunch of rocks and look. It's a bunch of rocks and sand. So I'm gonna call my first album "Bunch of Rocks and Sand" by Alan Clark. Usually, when you have barren areas with just fucking rocks and sand, they do something interesting with the level, and you're always fighting something. But as we're about to see throughout this level, that shit don't happen. That shit don't happen. Okay, here's another thing I hate about modern game design. Fucking Lasky here, the lamest character in the whole of fucking Halo history.
Affirmative, sir, but we're gonna need a bus out of here.
Make it happen.
This is what I like to call the Little Big Planet effect, which is just because you have things in your game engine and you are able to do things with the time that you're in and the time frame that you're in, doesn't mean that you have to. Doesn't mean that you should be doing that. For a long time, we had characters and antagonists and protagonists talking to us, but they would never happen in-engine on screen if it wasn't scripted, because facial animation looked terrible, and it would just be a joke and no one would be able to take it seriously. When Halo 4 came out, was around about the time that people had facial animation and things like that actually looking half decent. They would do it a lot. But it looks terrible. It still looks terrible because it looks bland and dead and there's nothing going on around you. It's just a dude with a bland face talking at you for a good minute. Oh wait, that's not what I'm doing. And just saying stuff to you while nothing goes on. And you don't get to use your imagination, which is why I call it the Little Big Planet effect, because Minecraft came out around about the same time as Little Big Planet. Minecraft was a huge success because they just gave you an engine and they let you use your imagination. They gave you the tools to make something and you made it. Little Big Planet, it kind of made everything for you and you just told things where to go. Using the person's imagination, having, you know, the prophets talk while you're doing something and not being able to see them is a far more effective technique than just having some dude looking at you just because your facial animation is good enough for it to be taken seriously. And yes, we're doing nothing right now. Here's another reason I hate this fucking mission. We're not doing anything. I'm literally just standing on this, I think it's a monolith. Is it a monolith? I think it's called a monolith. It's supposed to be the upgrade from the elephant, which is a much better vehicle from Halo 3. We're currently doing nothing. I've been standing here talking, listening to fucking Lasky, looking at bland rocks. There's a little bit of stuff going on there, but looking at bland rocks and a monolith, doing literally shit all. And now we have some enemies, so we're just going to clear those out now from the side. We're just going to... And then we're just going to shoot them there. Oh, I got shot. Oh, that was terrible. Shoot them. And there we go. All done. How exciting! We've been waiting around, listening for Lasky to talk, looking at fucking rocks and sand, picking up a fucking jetpack and doing nothing, just moving for now 4 minutes, and the only bit of fucking combat we've had is a turret sequence. And guess what? You're holding your gun, you're ready for action, you just want combat, you just want to shoot people, you want to take them out. Unless you're doing this on easy, which I am anyway, guess what you do here? You're ready, you've got your gun out, you've been waiting for 4 minutes, you have to get in a fucking vehicle! Unless you're doing on easy, unless you want your ass kicked, you have to tackle this in a vehicle. So they make you stand up there, looking at rocks, doing nothing at all, just standing, waiting. Just shooting things with a turret, and then you have to jump into a vehicle. You hop out, you grab this stupid smeggy piece of shit, and then you don't really. Do I blow that thing up or do I blow? I'll blow it up anyway because I've got nothing else to fucking do. And guess where you go, guys? Guess where you go? We're now 5 minutes into doing jack shit all in this mission. Here's where we have to go. Back into the oh shit. And of course now we have to go up here. and use the target designator to designate some fun. Here we go. Game of the fucking year. Fuck off. Guess what? We're waiting for stuff to happen again. We are on top of this monolith again, doing nothing at all. Nothing at all. Nothing at all. And now, to take the piss, the monolith stops. We are now not moving. We're on top of the monolith, unable to do anything, and we're not even pissing moving. I can't get over how exciting this is. Imagine doing a speed run and Lasky standing over there going, "Oh, Looney Tunes, I like things that white people like." And now we have an objective, guys, and welcome to 2006, where objectives are going over to things and destroying separate things in little areas so that you can proceed in the mission. Something that no games company did even when this game came out 7 years ago. Even in 2012. Gaming had grown up from that. It had become more nuanced. You had games showing us, like Portal, showing us just how level design and story structure could be done, and how crazy objectives. God damn it, you had Reach that came out 2 years before it, which is, its last mission was just to, spoiler alert, mission was just survive. That's interesting. You don't usually get story objectives that are just, oh, just survive. And it's very dramatic and it's great. None of this shit. I could kill these fuckers, but yeah, they put them in one square, one circle, and that happens a lot in this game. Most of the action you see will just be planted in, oh fuck's sake, plonk, here's some action, go take care of it. It's just wasteland. There's nothing going on. Oh, QE. Hello. My name's Bob Fishmonger. Okay, bye. The War on the Covenant was very tough for the UNSC. Oh, this is happening. Hey guys, what's up? You having as much fun as I am? On this mission. Neutralize this. Do something that you had literally done 5 minutes ago. In this bit, don't be mistaken. Don't get into a vehicle or pick up a rocket or anything down there. Even though it would indicate that you should do that, just use a turret on the side. Then you don't have to run out of ammo and keep going back in. You don't have to deal with potentially dying. You just literally stand on the side here shooting the turret. And actually, a even bigger top tip, if you do want to beat the speed run, because like me, you left doing speed runs on Halo 4 to the last minute because the game fucking sucked, just wait for the spaceship to come up and then you can just run over to it and literally just jump in. Top tips. Also, don't fucking play this game. So now you go up into the spaceship in probably one of the more interesting parts of the mission because you blow up one of these spaceships. But we've done this in 2 and 3 before, so there's really not much. I mean, one of the best parts is something that we've already done before. The ship looks slightly different. The layout's almost identical. Do you want to? I'm trying to fucking complain about the game. Neutralize. There we go. We've done this 1,000 times before. Blowing up Scarab tanks. You thought it would make it more complex, but no. I mean, you just thought the Covenant would go, wait a minute. When we build our new ship, should we not have a giant shield generator that blows the entire ship up when we do? Hardly holiday burritos. Okay, guess what? This is crazy. We're back on the monolith. Doing nothing. There are lots of missions that are like this, these honor rail missions. A lot of it happens in stuff like Gears of War. But there's always stuff around you. Crazy shit for you to shoot around you. And there's just nothing here. There's a double rainbow reference. There you go. Go to hell. And yeah, of course, there's talking going on. I mean, if I wanted to listen to a fucking audiobook, I'd subscribe to Audible or something. But seeing as the story in this game sucks, I mean, it's shit. I'm so excited. I can't wait for an enemy to shoot. Here we go. I really like the idea of a sniper's ridge and the ability to pick one up before you get there, which looks totally planted, by the way. Except one of the biggest issues with Halo 4, which is the issue of repeated asset. A sniper's ridge in a canyon is a cool idea. I like it a lot. However, they couldn't just go, hey, here's a sniper's ridge, fight your way through it. Because after we get past this bit, which admittedly, you know, would have been cool if it was all like this. Here's all of those assets you've seen a billion times in multiplayer and in the rest of the campaign. You fight through the campaign and it's looked like this, exactly like this. So the whole sniper's ridge, the whole section where you have to dodge sniper bullets in order to get through the canyon, which again is a great idea. That whole section is completely prefabricated. It's completely man-made, with assets that you've seen a billion times in the game already. You walk towards the snipers, you approach them yourself, and when you do, it's all just in identical looking areas. Isn't that fucking great? This section is actually fairly interesting, and I think it's quite cool, again, that they decide to go from the hot heat canyon to a cool down, lots of blues, lots of metallic colors. On a design level, this is phenomenal. It looks beautiful. Even by today's standards, this area looks stunning. But as you can see, and as you're about to see, again, nothing happens. Nothing. You literally just walk around. You walk to your objective, and that's it. It might be quite cool to say, well, look, after all of after all of the stuff that happened out there, it's cool to sort of kind of slow down and just take in what's around you. And there's just stuff, and you've got to look at it. But firstly, nothing really fucking happened while I was out there. It's not a cooldown. It's a continuation. Nothing crazy happened. And secondly, look at this. Watch this. I sprinted. Cool. Now I'm sprinting again. Out of breath. Sprinting again. Out of breath. Sprinting again. Out of breath. I don't know why the chief became a smoker in episode 4. It's so annoying when you're trying to get to where you want to get and you know you can sprint and you're just We plant Cortana in here, and guess what? We get to experience more of nothing. Round down here, we still haven't faced a single fucking enemy. We're still just waiting for anything to happen. Big glowy thing, and he does this crazy whack power suit thing. But look, he just Chief, it's a normal jetpack. Still smoking 50 a day. There's a terminal over there for anyone who wants this terminal, for fuck's sake. We're almost there. I can't fucking wait. Through here, because for some reason portals are in Halo now. And then there's this big open section, which seems kind of cool. People battling it out, and you have to be careful and pick up a vehicle. What's my objective then in this huge firefight of vehicles? Oh, what's my objective now that I'm in this grand, huge battle, this battle of the ages against the Covenant? Oh, I have to take out 3 shield generators in order to get through to where I need to go. Yay! Oh, is it 2 shield generators? Oh, buy one get one free. And this is the end of the mission. So really, as I've proven, you can get away with doing almost nothing in this mission. I hate this mission, I really do, because it just encompasses so much that's wrong with game design, like just bad modern features that don't need to be there, awful pacing, having to do nothing, having to listen to dialogue that doesn't really matter, walking through, just running and running and running and running just because you have the ability to sprint, you fucking overuse it, put some fucking combat in the way. I do think that this was an anomaly for 343. I think some of their missions are actually fairly well designed. And I think 5 is undeniably a fun campaign to go through, even if the story sucks. This is a standout though. I don't know who designed this mission, but please just leave planet Earth.